We're gonna go live. Hi! Ha! And I am 1 minute early. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Hey there. My name is Kimberly Gypsy Lasavio. Many of you know me as Gypsy. There is a chat on the side. I guess it works. Live chat or visible. I'm going to put it on the live chat, I guess. Hopefully it's there. I can say something. Let me see. I'm going to say something. I'm going to say, hey there. Whew. Wave. Oh, look there. Somebody said something. That's me. So here I start with, how do I start this? I am on time. I'm super stoked. I'm getting reminders to drink water, and this chair is really hard. It's Monday, as you can see. I have my tea. Yeah. I told you all I stopped drinking coffee at 1 o'clock. Too bad there's no alcohol in it, although today I could probably use it. So housekeeping. I didn't write any notes. Honestly, I will tell you why. I have sat on my bed for the last hour and 15 minutes, hour and 5 minutes, hour and 10 minutes, probably. Literally laying on my bed, scrolling through my phone with my cat, Bella. Bella, my black cat. She is Bella with 1 L. She is not named after Twilight with Sparkula. No. First off, vampires do not twinkle, sparkle, whatever. My Bella's named after Bela Lugosi, the real Dracula. Actually, when she was born, she looked like a baby bat. So that's why she's named Bella, as in Bela Lugosi, and his name is Bella, Bela. 1 L, 1 L. So you can see it correctly, 1 L. So that's who I was hanging out with in bed. And she likes the fact that there was no little human. So she got to hang out with the big human today. Because I'm her human. She's not my familiar. I'm her human. That's pretty much what it is. And it's on her terms, not my terms. She doesn't snuggle. She's not a snuggle cat. She'll snuggle with me. I don't get to snuggle. She's like William, Master Beastie. He doesn't snuggle. On his terms, then there's snuggle time. And she's the same way. Oh, she's over here giving me up. She's talking about me again. And yeah, I'm typing or writing, and I can't do either. Squirrel! Funny that I mentioned that because somebody else brought that up today. And I said, shining the squirrel. And he's like, how do you shine a squirrel? And I said, very carefully. I have no idea. Typos. I will talk about that in a few minutes too, because that's pretty funny. So housekeeping. Sassy, snarky, sarcastic, and I say S words. A lot of S's there, right? So if I drop F bombs or B bombs or D bombs or S bombs, if I drop swear words, I'm sorry. It is what it is. Let's see. So that's where the housekeeping is. It's been one of those days today. It's been really one of those days. And this isn't a cold. Apparently, I have allergies. Who knew? Apparently, as I'm getting older, wow. Apparently, as I'm getting older, I have allergies. I never had allergies. The only thing I was ever allergic to is grass. I know. It's horrible. And nylon thread. And apparently stress gives me hives. Who knew? But and my ex gives me hives, so apparently I'm allergic to him. That's just funny. I'm funny. Come on, you like me just a little bit. Just a little? Come on, just a little. Give me a like. Subscribe so I can get my custom URL. I'm just gonna keep begging and crying. So there's my housekeeping. I'm begging. Please, 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 please. I said the first 5 days I was gonna be talking about myself, because I'm conceited. I'm a pretentious bitch. I don't have any LaCroix water. Um, one of my stepdaughters, my daughter's from another mother. They were talking about LaCroix, and she goes, "Yeah, that's what those pretentious bitches from high school drank." I'm like, "Ooh, oops, I must be a pretentious bitch." She goes, "Oh no, you're not pretentious. You're not in high school." And I said, "Oh, okay, cool." I started drinking LaCroix because it's not the soda I'm craving, it's the carbonation. I know, isn't that weird? And I actually like the berry, and it's really good with rum. And I got a cool recipe called, you ready? You're gonna love it. The Cheeky Gypsy. It's really good too. Oh my God, it's so good. And I use black or tattoo Captain Morgan. Yummy. 2 or 3 of those, and yeah. Anyways, I shouldn't really be saying that here, should I? Probably not a good idea. I shouldn't be saying that anywhere. But anyway, so I have this awesome recipe, and it really is I called it the Cheeky Gypsy. Me and my bestie, Anne, oh my God, totally hilarious. Her and I, she lives in Florida, so we actually haven't had a face-to-face yet. So when we do, oh yeah, it's going to be all about the Cheeky Gypsies. And why? Because I made the drink, and I named it after myself. What else would you call it? And of course it's cheeky because, well, I'm sassy and snarky and sarcastic. Mhm. All right. So if I talk about anything that has that I can find on Amazon, it's going to have an affiliate link below. So there's my disclaimer. I do not have a sponsor for these. I am my sponsor. I have my own website, Blogging with Gypsy. I'm not going to have any pop-up ads or anything. The only thing that's going to pop up is please subscribe so I can get subscribers so I can get my custom URL. I want to get the youtube.com/channel, whatever it is. The real Kimberly Gypsy Lasavio, so it'll match my Facebook page. So there's that. And that's pretty much what it's gonna be. So all right, and my notebook, the cool notebook I showed you guys the first day with the Paris, because someday Paris, Master Beastie and I, and may or may not be a significant other. Maybe I'll meet a significant other there. Maybe I'll meet a significant other here or somewhere here, and off we go. Paris. It's part of my big plan. Anyways, it was really cool because the quote, I can't read close. I'm farsighted. And I refuse to get bifocals. And my eye doctor said, there's this thing called progressives. So eventually maybe I'll get progressives. And I really should have reading glasses, but then I have to wear 2 different glasses. Anyways, I know you're learning more and more about me. All right. So the quote of the day, that's like the question du jour. So the quote du jour, the best and most beautiful things in the world cannot be seen or even touched. They must be felt with the heart. And that's from Helen Keller. And that's pretty amazing. I told you guys on day 2 when I was talking about the 20 things about me, because I'm a pretentious bitch. I'm a hopeless romantic. I am optimistic, way over optimistic. I am, and it doesn't matter. Good things happen, even if it takes a while. It happens. Things always work out. Even when I'm like, oh my God, how is this gonna work? Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Perfect example. Like when I was talking about William yesterday, Master Beastie, and finding out about getting the his wellness check, and I got the perfect doctor for it. She was on the Eastern Washington Board of Autism, blah 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 blah. I couldn't have picked a better doctor for that. We got him in, he's got an amazing OT outside of school. We moved mountains to get him. Sorry about that. I am going to let that go to voicemail because I don't know who that is. They can leave a message or they can text. I'm going to giggle if that's somebody else. Anyways, so sorry about the distractions. Squirrel. But everything has been falling into place. And the reason why I'm talking about this part is, like with my mom when she got sick, everybody was amazing. All the places that she ended up at, bad things happened, but all these little things happened with all these great people that gave her the care that she needed to get to. And by the time she got to hospice, I can't begin to tell you those 4 days that she was at the hospice house of Spokane. They took the time with her and they took care of her. And I mean, she couldn't talk to us. And it was hard. And I think, like I said, Master Beastie being on the spectrum, the autism spectrum, and having Klinefelters and having learning disabilities is cake. Losing my mom, I can't cry, so I'm not going to cry, I promise. There's a reason behind that. Maybe some other day I'll talk about that. I can't even begin to describe the amazing. My Aunt Vicky was here, and she was like my brother. For my brother and I, she was our rock, like especially my brother. I mean, I had already been going through this ginormous grieving process. My husband was cheating on me and had left. So I was dealing with all this literally the shit, and the shit had hit the fan, like ginormous. And I was trying to get Master BC to therapy, and when I was talking the other day, I said we were going to therapy for 4 days. Well, one of those days was mine. Totally forgot to mention that. So 3 days a week was William. I had to pack him up and we had to go downtown 3 days a week. And one of those days was me. I had to go down, and he had never gone into any daycare situation. And so my kids, he was being bounced around, and one of my daughters was coming over at one point to watch William, and then at another point I was bringing him to my other daughters before school started. And oh my God, it just got crazy. And when my aunt came, she was driving us to therapy, so it was just like a break because I was exhausted. And this was in June, the end of June. My mom passed away on June 24th, and those last 4 days, and it was just a beautiful place. They had this beautiful kitchen, they had this beautiful garden area, and the rooms were beautiful and spacious. They had this beautiful TVs and everything, music. My brother left. My mom loved Enya. My brother got her into Enya a long time ago, and he said I remember him texting me. He's like, Kim, it was the first place I went into, and I found the CD. And I said, no way. He said, yeah. And he popped it in the DVD player, and he had it going all day, and he just had it on repeat. And all the caregivers kept coming, this is so beautiful. It's like, yeah, it's my mom's favorite. And I mean, it really touched us because we knew it was her favorite. And it was hard, but we knew she could hear it. We knew she could hear us talking to her. And it was beautiful. And we could get anything we wanted in the area. They had food, they had snacks, they had drinks, just, teas, they had coffee, they had lemonade, they had just everything. People came in, volunteered. Everything is volunteered there. And people would come in and do the cooking. People would come in and make meals. And then they always had the meals because a lot of the people that are in hospice are actually, cognitive and can eat and feed themselves, and some of them can't. So what they did is they would have the meals for those that weren't, and they would give them to whoever's there. They had a meal for my mom and that last day, and my daughter Jo, I remember her and I were sitting out. I just lost it. And she goes, "Mom, everybody's here. She's being taken care of. There's people here." I said, "You don't understand. Mom can't go by herself. I have to be here with her." And I couldn't, there was just no way. There was no way. I was like, "No, you don't understand, Jo. Mom cannot be by herself." A little while later, she said, "You know what? We'll take William. I know he's not ever spent the night anywhere else, but he's going to be okay." And I said, "Okay." So my brother was driving Auntie Vicky's rental car. And so we got William all settled. And, I said goodbye and mooched on my kid, mooched on my grandbaby. Joe's pregnant with baby Carter. My mom didn't, she didn't even she knew at the beginning, but near the end, she didn't even realize that Joe was pregnant again. And so I got to mooch on my, on baby Leonard. He's 4 by that point. Not quite 4. He was like 3.5. And so I got there and I got settled. I had my laptop out because I was going to, play around, because really, what can you do? You're just going to sit there. What I was going to do is I was going to watch on Netflix, because they had the stuff. I was going to pop it on my thing. My mom and I were watching, the Miss Fisher series together. I got her hooked on Miss Fisher, and she started reading the books. So I got her hooked on the series, and I was going to watch them, and because I couldn't get the other book is what it was. And I was going to get the 4th book and I was going to read it. But I thought, you know what? I'm just going to watch however many episodes that I could before I went to sleep. And I was getting everything all set up. It was getting really warm. Like I said, it was in June. It was getting really warm. And I opened up the window. It was beautiful. It was warm out. It was hot. Oh, and earlier that day, I always think of my mom, dragonflies. There was a bunch of dragonflies flying around that morning when we went to go see her that morning, and just all over the place in the little garden area. And I was like, yeah, that's super cool. There were blackbird, crows all over. There were some wild turkeys and whatever, but the dragonflies were everywhere. Well, I got everything settled. They told me, Mom's dinner, if you want to have her dinner, it's right here. Just let us know. We'll heat it up for you and we'll bring it in. And I said, okay, I'm not hungry right now. They had this delicious cake there that I ate like 3 pieces of, though. It was horrible. Oh my God, it was so good. I can't even remember what it was, but it was so good. And I made sure Mom was okay. I brushed her hair. I kissed her. I cried. I sat there and I said, we're going to watch Miss Fisher. She sounded like a percolator. They told me, I know this sounds so cold. And I know, and you guys are like, my brother and I were joking with her. I was like, gee, Ma, you sound like a percolator. One of those old percolator coffee pots. And we remember that from our grandparents. And oh my God, my grandfather drank a lot of coffee. My whole entire family. I don't think my grandma ever drank coffee. I don't remember if she did, but I know my grandfather, there was always coffee going on. My mom didn't drink as much coffee when she was younger. I didn't start drinking coffee till I was 26 years old. Holy crap. My mom and it was right after I had Tony, and we were at a Denny's or a Perkins. I don't even remember it. And that's when I started drinking coffee. Who knew? And I was addicted. Oh my gosh. Anyway, so I'm sitting there. I said, Mom, I'm going to open up the window. I was gonna open up the little door, and I asked them. They said, "Oh no, we keep the doors locked. Those are locked. We don't open them. The security guard goes around and makes sure they're locked." And I'm like, "Huh? Why do they have the doors if they're not gonna?" Okay, whatever. That's fine. So I said, "Okay," and I went back in the room and I said, "Mom, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get ready. We're gonna watch Netflix and get all ready. We're gonna watch Miss Fisher." And I opened up the window. And the percolator stopped, the rattle. It was like dead silent. And I was like, oh. And I looked and I waited. That's exactly what I was just like, and I looked and I watched. And then I got up and I listened. And I rubbed her hair and I kissed her. I started to cry. And I listened again. And I waited. And I waited again, and I started to cry some more. And then I slowly walked down the hallway, and then I waited. There was a couple of ladies standing there, and I just waited, and I'm just standing there. They were talking. I didn't want to interrupt them. And then they finally turned around and saw me. "Can I help you?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I think my mom passed away." "Oh my God, I'm so sorry." I'm like, no, it's okay. They told me this was going to happen. It happened a few minutes ago. I mean, it was just like, and it was like, they're just like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, they just said this was going to happen." And then I said, "It's funny because I opened up the window and she stopped rattling." I mean, it was just like, done. I said, "She flew out the window." I was totally my mom's sense of humor. She's like, "Yep, I'm out. I'm gone." So that I'm sharing that because that's part of this crazy ass journey I went over this year and a half. And my mom was a beautiful, crazy, bipolar. She was. She had the worst case of bipolar that people could have. She medically, she did. She was severely manic depression and severe mood swings. She couldn't take the medication for both because the medication for both counteracted each other. So they had to take care of one or the other. And she was always in denial over it. So this was something my brother and I had to deal with our entire lives. So it's something I'm familiar with. Depression runs in our family. All of it runs in our family. So I'm familiar with all of this. The rest of that can be for day 5. But it's an interesting journey. And of course, all of these things coming crashing down, that's where I felt like my foundation, just like my whole world imploded. It wasn't just an implosion. It was like an implosion and an explosion. And it was just like everything, like my world, like it was like a supernova going off. Oh, hey, that's my Nacho. Hey, that's Nacho. He's my big fat ass cat. You can come over here. He's like, "Oh, you got stuff off of there. What'd you move stuff for?" He's the big cat. He's my big, he is my fur grandbaby. He's my fur grandbaby. Bella is my cat, but, and Nacho is my abandoned, fur grandbaby. So he's my cat. So, but I still say he calls me Nana. I'm Nana. I'm his Nana, but he calls me Mom. But I'm like, "No, I'm your Nana." He's 25 pounds. He's a huge ass cat. He's my polar bear. He's my meow cow. We cow tip him all the time. It's great. But Bella's my black cat. She's got little white patch here, and then she's got all gray hairs. But anyways, so that is part of my adventure. And like I said, William being on the spectrum, that's his real name. Master Beastie, being on the spectrum is Cake. So losing my mom has been hard. She's not here. I talk to her every day. No, I'm not losing my mind. No, she does give me answers back. She, dragonflies show up, little things. You always get messages from people that you love. Yeah, I see you. I gotcha. I gotcha. Um, and it's nice. It is. It's nice. And I was hoping to have this less than I did, but there you go. There's my story. One of my many, many stories. Um, but I'm really excited to do this and keep going. I think it's gonna work out. Like I said, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, I'll probably be down here in the boudoir, in my travel corner. The bagua, when I mentioned that, it's part of the feng shui. Um, just and you're probably anybody who watched that is probably like, bagua, what the fuck is that? Is the feng shui. So the travel corner is in the southeast corner, and that's why this is the travel corner. So that's why I actually put ships here. So it's part of my travel, and that's why I have some of the stuff. I have, you know, the Nouveau wine boxes, good wine, good wine. You got to have good wine. And I've got some other stuff. There's important stuff here. My dragon. I have my dragon, and a pretty big ginormous ship, and my tall ships here. Anyway, um so now you're learning a lot. You learned a lot about me in the last 4 days, really. And I know, I see ya. I see ya. You just want to bite me because you're mean. You bite me, you're so rude. Um Bella's over here going. She's like my Toothless. I've never seen that movie. How to Teach a Dragon, what is that, whatever that movie is called. I've never seen it, but Toothless is my favorite. Um, yeah. So, hey, my birthday is coming up in September. So if anybody wants to donate a present, Toothless from Build-A-Bear. I know I'm terrible, aren't I? Anyways, so maybe I'll put that down in the Amazon my wish list. I'll add my Amazon wish list down there. Oh, that's terrible. I won't do that, I promise. So there you go. It's almost been 30 minutes. There's the story of my mom, those wonderful 4 days and moving mountains from yesterday. Um, we've been really blessed with a lot of things. And Master Beastie and I, there's just so many awesome things. And I know that there is something better out there for him and I. This had to happen. Not my mom dying. The cheating husband. That had to happen because there's something better out there for me and him. And I know that. It just, it sucked. When you think you're going to spend the rest of your life with somebody that you were in love with, and then all these bad things happen. So anyways, there it is. And you get to, whatever. I am going to go now, finish my tea. I think I'm awake enough to go upstairs, eat some popcorn, maybe watch a couple of episodes on demand of Ancient Aliens before my lovely son comes home, so I can get away from my anxiety. I think they're home. It's unlocked! And they're home. So I will see y'all later. Bye. Bye. Bye.